Welcome to Mash on This, Mashable's daily culture and entertainment show that gives you tomorrow's biggest news stories today. I'm your host, Hallie Jackson, who knows where the beef is, also known as Dory Greenberg. On Mash on This, we give you a quick little rundown of what we think is the best the internet has to offer. So be sure to tell us what you think in the comments, and we'll get to them at the end of the show. Do not be shy. We want to hear what you think. So now, let's get into it. Because every single day feels like an eternity living in Trump's America. We're psyched that bookies at Bovada have just released the odds for who will run for president in 2020. And here is a list of the top contenders. Unsurprisingly, we have Donald Trump at the top as the most likely to run again if he's still in office by that point, and we have meme man sweater enthusiast Kevin Bone at the bottom. But the most interesting projections are happening in the middle of the pack. Mark Zuckerberg has higher odds of running than Ted Cruz and Nikki Haley. And Oprah Winfrey and Mark Cuban are more likely to run than Jeb Bush and Rand Paul. But I agree with Mashable's own Marcus Gilmer when I say that the best part about seeing this list is seeing Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. We are praying to the gods that he actually takes a presidential bid into consideration. We want to smell what The Rock is cooking in the White House. But who will you be betting on to run in 2020? Let us know in the comments. It's no secret that the IKEA plastic totes are one of the best things that the company has ever produced. People love it so much that they've made hats, masks, and sweaters out of it. And of course, how could you forget the $2,000 version of the bag made by Balenciaga? But one talented sneakerhead took it to a whole new level recently by making a custom pair of IKEA Yeezy Boosts. Dan Gamash turned lemons into the most delicious Swedish-inspired DIY lemonade because he created these custom Yeezys only after his cream white ones got damaged. Best of all, IKEA is so down for this creation, they're saying that they're excited and flattered by all of the creative ideas using the iconic blue bag, which they note is available for 99 cents. Yeezy Boost could cost you over $1,000. So for this guy to turn sorrow into success is something that should be applauded. So Mr. Mash, we salute you. All right, so there's nothing better than reaching back into the freezer and pulling out a cold box of Thin Mints. So when one Girl Scout troop leader allegedly stole $15,000 worth of cookies from her troop, we kind of understood why. And even when she swiped a few from neighboring troops, we still could kind of see things from her perspective. Times is rough when it ain't Girl Scout season, so people turn to drastic measures. But just as the cookies themselves are delicate and complex, so too is this case. According to the Appalachian News Express, authorities are now on the hunt for Leah Ann Vick, the 26-year-old Kentucky-based Girl Scout leader who stole the cookies from the figurative cookie jar. Ever since a jury indicted her last week and charged her with a Class C theft charge, she's been on the lam. Ooh. But the real question on everyone's minds is, where have all these cookies gone? Are they now on the black market? Or have they already been worked back into the pool of untainted cookies like counterfeit bills? Nobody really knows. So if you were planning on doing some back alley Girl Scout deal with your hookup, maybe lay low for a couple of weeks. It'll be hard, but you don't want to go to jail for cookies. It's a bad look. Hey, do you yearn for a more simpler time when coffee was just coffee and not a social media trend? Even though the unicorn frappuccino craze seems to be dying down, it was only a matter of time for something to replace it. And that time is now. The internet has moved onto the charcoal latte. This supposed anti-unicorn drink, because it's black and devoid of any pleasure, is specifically taking off in London. At this present moment, there is no shop selling charcoal lattes in the States yet. But I say, give it a solid week before it catches on like a caffeinated goth rash. But what do y'all think of these charcoal lattes? Do you miss basic drip coffee that isn't thirsty for social engagements? Let us know in the comments. For a long time, alien hunters questioned whether a series of mysterious flashes spotted bouncing off the surface of our planet were evidence of little green aliens. This phenomenon was first observed by NASA scientist and Cosmos hero Carl Sagan in 1993, but NASA has now revealed that the unexpected glimmers are the reflections of ice particles hidden in the clouds. Pretty cool. Alexander Marshak, a deputy project scientist at NASA, originally thought it was something involving water, like a lake that sun reflects off of, but Marshak then realized that the only other place you could find water above land is in ice particles high in the atmosphere. To reach his conclusion, he analyzed pictures from the Discover camera, which takes almost hourly images of our sunlit planet. Fun fact, each snap of this Discover camera is made publicly available, along with a contact address for the general public to get in touch. So if you're one of these crazy alien hunters and you have proof that these flashes are indeed aliens, holler at NASA. I'm sure they're just dying to hear from you. So now I'm thrilled to end today's show with someone I greatly admire, Tracy Morgan. His brand new Netflix comedy special called Staying Alive is out today, and many of us here at Mashable are stoked to see him back in the saddle again. Here's a little taste from the trailer.
I was in my wheelchair. My daughter was 14 months old. I got to see her take her first steps. That inspired me to get out my wheelchair, and I took my first steps. So now me and my daughter walk hand in hand for life, because we learn how to walk at the same time. That's magic. I miss doing this.
Our very own Promo Kosla got to speak to Tracy about overcoming his depression and injuries following his horrific 2014 car accident, and how he's not here to be politically correct. He's here to be himself. So definitely check out Promo's Talk with Tracy on Mashable.com.